Everybody, how's it going? Stoutman coming right back at you, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a pickup I just made. I mean, if you've been paying attention to the sales on Amazon lately, you probably already knew that this one went on sale for an incredibly good price. So I decided to go ahead and pick up the Universal Classic Monsters Complete 30 Film Collection here on Blu-ray. That's right, those are Blu-ray cases, Blu-ray. And the price it went down to, if you're wondering, $70 US. Now that's still a pretty big chunk of change. However, 30 movies, $70. Do the math on that. That's less than $2.50 per movie. That's insane. That's an amazing value. Holy crap, that's a good price. So I honestly just literally could not say no to this. Like I was like, you know what? I don't need to be spending that money, but I'm going to, because I may never see that price again. Who knows? Maybe during Black Friday it goes down to $60 or even $50 or something like that. Something even more insane. But I don't necessarily think it will, because they're still selling the individual sets in this box for like $20 a piece. So yeah, I don't see that happening. That would be ridiculous to me. I don't know how that would work, or how they would make it work, or how that would ever happen. But whatever the case may be, I'm definitely glad that I got this for $70 damn. That's such a good deal. But that brings me to a conundrum, and one of the reasons I kind of had trouble at first deciding to buy this massive set for $70, even though it's a great deal. I already had this set, this version of the Universal Classic Monsters Blu-ray set, and I got this a few years ago for, I believe it was actually $20, so another really amazing deal. It might have been $30, but I know it was about the same price per title. And this one, I believe, comes with, is it eight of the movies? And all 8 of the movies are the original movies, so like the first Dracula, the first Frankenstein, the first Wolfman, the first Invisible Man, all the way across the board there, all firsts, the very first movie in the series. But there are none of the extra movies that came with the Legacy Collection that, until the past year or two, was only available on DVD. Like, the Legacy Collection not only had the original movies, they also had like all the sequels as well. So people or fans were clamoring for the Legacy Collection to be brought to Blu-ray, and they finally did. And in addition to the Legacy Collections, they also put out this massive Blu-ray set here with all the Legacy Collection sets in them. You can even see there, they all say it right there, the Legacy Collection. So I thought that as a special Halloween thing, maybe not only for myself to get this because it's such a good deal and because it's something that I would like to have, I thought maybe I'd do a little video here showing you a bit of a comparison between these two sets. So maybe you can decide for yourself if you want this version with just the original movies, or this version with all of the movies, with all 30 of the Universal Classic Monsters movies. And I've already done a video talking about this particular set, but I'll just give you a refresher, alright? If you're thinking about getting this set, it is a very nice set. I will say that right away. First of all, you get this really cool booklet, which has a bunch of information about the movies themselves. Oops, sorry, there's the information. And then a bunch of artwork, posters and whatnot from when they were advertising the movie originally when it first came out. Pretty cool stuff if you ask me. They've got something on all of the movies, so Bride of Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, they got a really nice in-depth booklet here, and it is a very glossy paper, really nice. even when you get booklets in these sets, usually they're not that high quality. This one is a very high quality booklet. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I think collectors and fans like myself would really enjoy it. And the movies themselves come on this digibook. So yeah, if you can't tell, this is actually a digibook. It has all the movies in like paper sleeves on the inside, but they're really hard corrugated cardboard sleeves. So there's nothing wrong with that per se. And the discs do come out, as you can see here, fairly easily. Grab it a little bit like that. Not that you have to worry too much because it's Blu-ray. If you get any smudges on it, you just wipe them off and they are fine. So, very cool there. But yes, opens up fairly easily. You can flip to whatever movie you want, which I think is pretty damn nice for a set full of like classic horror movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So, yes, very cool stuff right here. If you can find it for a great price of like $20 or $30, I'd say this is definitely worth it. However, the classic Monsters set, first and foremost, I have to mention, comes with the exact same booklet. I'm not joking. This isn't a sleight of hand thing here, alright? I'll show you, alright? Here's the first booklet, and here's the second. No, I'm just kidding. Just messing with you. Here's the first booklet, and here's the second one. So yes, the exact same booklet in this one as well. So if you like the booklet and you're thinking, well, that's a reason to get the regular set. Well, it's in the massive set as well. Just so you know, if you like the booklet, you can have it in this set as well. No problem. It's there, and it's just as nice. So, yeah. And when it comes to the sets themselves, as you can see, this is the complete Legacy collection of Dracula, and it comes with the first Dracula movie there, the Dracula's Daughter and Son of Dracula on one disc here, House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula on the next page, and then on the last disc here we have Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. So Dracula, particularly the Dracula, Universal's Dracula, shows up in all those movies, and that is why all those movies are on this set about Dracula. So 6 movies in total, all in high definition, all on this set. Very cool stuff, and of course there's also a bunch of bonus features like the original 1931 Spanish version of Dracula, which is one that a lot of people like to look at because some people even say it's better than the US version. And it's basically the same with all of these sets, but I'll just give you a pretty basic rundown here. I'll show you what you're getting on all these sets. So there's the Frankenstein set, and it comes with Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. All of those two are on their own discs. Son of Frankenstein and the Ghost of Frankenstein on one disc here. And then we have Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula on this disc, and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. So there are some crossovers there. There are some movies that are on both sets there, but that's because, you know, both monsters are in both of those movies. So that's why they are on both sets, because these are the sets that you would get if you purchased them individually. If you go on Amazon right now, you can actually purchase all these sets individually, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, if you get a great deal like I did, like $250 per movie, that's not too bad at all. You know what I mean? Next up with the Mummy set, there's that. My good friend Zara Nizarek turned to me on the Mummy because I thought it was not that good of a movie. And then we watched it together, and I believe we watched all these together, and I came to the conclusion, okay, yeah, the original Mummy from Universal is fantastic. Don't like the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. I don't think they're any good. Well, they're not terrible, but I just don't think they're very good. So anyways, first Mummy here. And we got Mummy's Hand and the Mummy's Tomb. And on this disc we have The Mummy's Ghost and The Mummy's Curse. Sorry, I just keep doing a terrible job of showing you the actual discs. And then on this disc, Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, which I believe that one is like the last one, right? Or it's one of the last. Nope, it's 1955, but it was a later one. Maybe it was the last one. I don't know. Anyways, 6 different movies on one set. Very cool stuff. And honestly, if you think about it, paying like $20 per set here, $20 for 6 movies, I mean, that's a pretty good deal on its own. Anyways, Wolfman here, the Wolfman Complete Legacy Collection. This one has The Wolfman, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and Werewolf of London and She-Wolf of London on this disc right here. So this one actually has 7 movies on it, not 6, 7. Of course, one of them is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein again, but regardless, very cool. And to be honest with you, this is the one that, like, I don't like this particular version of the Wolfman. I don't like this particular version of Werewolf, you know? I think it's interesting, and I like what it adds, or at least what it contributes, I guess you could say, to the lore of the werewolf. But I don't consider these by any means any of the better werewolf movies out there. They're definitely great, and we probably wouldn't have a lot of the werewolf movies we have today without these ones. But yeah, if I had to say, like, I love The Mummy, I love Dracula, I love Frankenstein, but when it gets to the Wolfman, I'm just like, not as big of a fan. But still, I think it's been a while since I saw, or I think I've actually never seen some of these. I'm pretty sure I've never seen Werewolf of London. So yeah, I think I definitely need to see some of these. I'm glad that I have this in my collection now. And then we have The Invisible Man Legacy Collection Set. And that comes with The Invisible Man, Invisible Man Returns, Invisible Woman, Invisible Agent, The Invisible Man's Revenge, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. So, pretty cool stuff. A lot of content there as well. Can't complain. Then, we get to the 2 smaller sets here. They really are smaller. They even come in smaller cases. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Here's The Invisible Man set and the thickness of that, and in comparison, here's the Phantom of the Opera set, and here's Creature from the Black Lagoon. So yes, smaller sets, but that's because there are fewer movies in them, because there were fewer of these particular monster movies made. Creature from the Black Lagoon, just a simple case here with 1 disc cup over here and 1 disc cup over there. And it has Creature from the Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature, and The Creature Walks Among Us. All 3 of those movies, and they are pretty good. I like the Creature from the Black Lagoon movies myself. And finally, just Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera. That's it. Just Phantom of the Opera on its own disc. It gets its own nice thing here, which is, I guess, a interesting thing about it, but not my favorite Phantom of the Opera movie. Don't really care that much. Mainly got it because it had all the legacy collections for Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, Wolfman, Invisible Man, and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's a bunch of entertainment right there for $70. I mean, let's just be honest here. Fantastic deal. If you, I don't think they have the deal going anymore, but if you ever see it for that price again, I do recommend picking this one up over the other one. Because you know what? Like, some people are going to want just the original movies. But if you just go with the original movies, there's a lot of stuff you're missing out on. Especially when it comes to, like, in my opinion, The Mummy and even Creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, the sequels to those movies were pretty interesting, pretty damn good. I think there are sequels to all these movies, quite frankly, that are pretty damn good. So if you just limit yourself to the original movies, then you're probably going to miss out. and you might even regret it. So I definitely think this is worth it if you get it for a good price, like I did. But if you can't find it for a good price and you just want to have the best quality versions of the original films, this is not a bad one to go with either. And I do like the fact, honestly, like some people might not like it, but I like the fact that it comes in this digibook. I think that's very cool. And I like the fact that it's so dang shiny. While these cases themselves for each Legacy Collection set, like, they aren't really shiny, they don't have a sheen to them or anything like that. It's just a basic Blu-ray case. It's a little bit nicer than a basic Blu-ray case, but it's nothing special. This particular digibook set here is a little bit special because, you know, look at that. They got the shininess to it. They got that going really well, and it's very nice. You know, you look at the back here, and you know, it's almost like a mirror effect there. So, very cool, and I do enjoy this particular set, and I have used it to watch these movies more than once since I got it. So, I have been very happy with this set, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, if you have any interest at all in any of the sequels to the Universal Classic Monster movies, well, this is one of the only ways to watch some of them. So, definitely consider it. I mean, especially considering it comes with that same booklet, you know? So, you're not necessarily missing out on anything except for the nice shininess you got going on here. Shiny. And the fact that it comes in the digibook form. But the packaging here isn't necessarily anything to snuff at either. Really nice box set, very hard box set. Kind of had to be in order to hold all of these appropriately. So, yes, very cool stuff, if I do say so myself. And I'm very happy that I got it. I mean, even though I already had this, the 30 film collection, I have no regrets, none whatsoever. Very nice set. So yeah, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.